Hey, good morning, my friends. MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. Sorry, as soon as I go live, everybody texts me, son-in-law, a lawnmower guy, everybody. So let's get on into it. Hey, happy Friday. Or as one of my fellow MLivers, Justin Lofton, always sends us the note, happy Friday. Happy Mother's Day to all moms. A Mother's Day weekend. It looks like a great one. So here we go, and we'll start to try to pick out the next rain too. And by the way, this morning, well, we're going to start with that. The low temperatures this morning. And it looks like about 6:30. Now, these are estimates, so you're really close. I saw Bad Axe down to 29, Ann Arbor down to, looks like about 34. Detroit stayed at 37, and then you get the 31, 32s all the way from Saginaw, Flint, southwest through the Lansing-Jackson area toward Kalamazoo. Grand Rapids, 33, maybe dropped to 32. So these are hourly temperatures and not official low temperatures, but certainly frosty. And if you're wondering, you get a little bit of the insight because you're with me. Are we done with frost? My short answer would be yes for, let's say the southern 2/3 of lower Michigan. There are some cold pockets around Gaylord and Grayling and northward where you're a whole different frost weather pattern in the late spring, and we can't put you in with all of us, or we'd wait forever to plant something. But Saginaw, Grand Rapids, Mount Pleasant, southward, yes, I would say we are done with frost. We won't have a frost for the next 10 days. That puts us at May 19th. You can't wait forever, right? So I know that old adage about waiting till Memorial Day weekend to plant stuff. That's probably still a pretty good adage, but the way we see the weather in the next 10 days, I think you can go for it this weekend, too, on a lot of things. So I showed you the low temperatures this morning. Now, precipitation, not for the weekend, except for everything continues to show like a little sprinkle rolling through a few places, but that's about it. Hey, good morning, Ann Lake. So here's the radar forecast. Today should be dry. Again, a little sprinkle maybe coming across northern lower Michigan overnight tonight. You probably won't even know it. You'll sleep right through it, and it'll be dry by morning. Okay, now the weather pattern is going to be changing. So we're in a dry pattern right now. We're going to a southwesterly flow next week. That'll be warmer at first, and then eventually we get into not what I would call a wet pattern, but a showery and thunderstormy type pattern with authentic chances of real late spring rains. Also, by the way, what I'm noticing now is that if that pattern continues, that puts us right into our severe weather season at the heart of the strength of the jet stream, second half of May, first half of June. Pretty well to be expected. So here we go with the forecast across the U.S. so we can see where our next rain comes from. So like I said, we're dry Saturday and Sunday, beautiful conditions, cool at sunrise, and then mild in the afternoon. And then here comes the storm system from the south, from the Gulf of Mexico, and into, so our next rain right there, probably sometime on Tuesday. We get into some spotty showers. Disorganized system with just enough moisture to set off a shower here and there. Not a real authentic storm system. That comes in later in the week. So this is Thursday morning, Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening, and then Friday morning. So that would be our first authentic storm system coming from the west. And then you'll notice the change. You'll notice the storm starting to drop down in the southwestern part of the plains and shoot out at us. This would be May 20th. That would be a full-fledged spring storm system with showers and thunderstorms. And we don't see any big high pressure center up by Hudson Bay dropping southward. So that would be what would make our frost, and I don't see it happening. And this is May 24th. So again, don't wait forever. Now, one nice feature about the weekend will be a fairly light wind. Remember, if you're going to be near a Great Lake, the Great Lakes stimulate more wind. Note that. On this model even, it's able to forecast that. Okay. I'm missing everybody on my phone. Hopefully this is working. There we go. All right, so fairly light winds today compared to yesterday. Saturday, noontime. The blues you see are 10 to 15 mile an hour winds, so it can get breezy. It can get surprisingly cold with lake breezes. In the afternoons, always have a coat with you. You can be 70 degrees, and then all of a sudden, downtown Traverse City, downtown Bay City, can go to 50 degrees on a stiff lake breeze. And we run it out to heading toward Mother's Day, and Mother's Day looks pretty nice on the wind. All right, temperatures. So I would call it low 60s today. You see some pockets in the upper 50s, but that sunshine's really going to be good at warming things up. And tomorrow, I would call it 70 from, say, Big Rapids southward. This model and many of the models are forecasting the lake breeze in the Grand Traverse region. So if you're making the jaunt northward, take the winter coat and the hat, because 45 and 50 with a wind feels cold right now. You will thank me on Monday. Sunday, Mother's Day, I'd call it 70s. This model has been cold for Mother's Day, but been very consistent, and it's a very good model. So 65 to 70 at least, really nice. Monday, jump into the 70s because of the southwest wind. This model has been consistent on that, trying to get us to 80 on Tuesday. Now it's backed off a little bit just because of the clouds. So you're not going to get 80 degrees if clouds and some patches of showers move in, but you'll have very warm, humid 70s, very spring-like. And Wednesday is very spring-like in the 70s. And Thursday, upper 70s, almost summer-like. And next Friday, almost summer-like at 80 degrees. And next Saturday and next Sunday. And remember, as we get out 10 and 15 days on a model, we don't really trust it. We know its pitfalls, and all models have their pitfalls, even the European model. And its pitfall is that it'll erroneously grab on the cold air at times. So when you see May 20th and May 21st looking really cold, I would ignore that and just basically look at the upper air flow and look at the experts forecast. So this is the let me get it so you can see it here. This is the 6 to 10 day and the 8 to 14 day forecast made by human beings. Yes, as human beings still make forecasts. Hey, Jim Luke, good morning. And from Stalwart. Tell me where Stalwart is. So 6 to 10 day forecast, May 14th to 18th. Warmer than normal. Trending away from the dry and now shading toward the wet. And then the 8 to 14 day, a little warmer than normal and trending toward a little wetter than normal, but nothing extreme just yet there. It's a good looking weekend. Hey, I'm glad too that Mother Nature is going to give me a break and I don't have to work either. So enjoy your weekend. Have lots of fun. Put sunscreen on. The sun now is, early May, the sun is angle and the rays are just as strong as about early August. So if you haven't been out in it yet, you could get yourself a nasty sunburn. Have a great weekend. Happy Mother's Day to all mothers. Happy Mother's Day to my wife, Lisa, and happy Mother's Day to my mom, Carol. And happy Mother's Day to my daughters, Amanda and Jordan, and you too. So take care. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. We'll see you back here Monday. Bye.